Dear colleagues, it's a great pleasure for me to be here with all of you and to participate in this conference. My name is Maryana Gvozd, and also let me introduce the other team members who worked on this research. Also, Oleg, Sorochak, Kateryna, Protsak, and Yaroslav. So the topic of our research is assessment of the level of information provision to residents of territorial communities about the activity of local government bodies in the era of digitalization. First of all, let me start with presenting the main purpose and some tasks of our research. So the purpose of our research is to assess the level of informing the residents of territorial communities by local self-government bodies about their activity, and of course to determine residents' satisfaction with the methods of informing them. Also, on this slide, I would like to share with you some of our main tasks. Yes, so first of all, the task of our research is to propose a methodology of assessing the level of informing the residents for territorial communities by local self-government bodies about their activity. Also, the next task is to assess the level of informing the residents of territorial community by local self-government bodies about their activity, and to investigate whether the level of informing the residents of local self-government bodies with an administrative center in the village and of course in the city is the same. And the last task of our research is to determine whether the residents of the community consider the method of informing that are used by local self-government bodies to be convenient. So let's start with some kind of practical aspect of our research. So a fuzzy set of set theory was used to analyze the result of questioning and find the resulting assessment. So a 5-level fuzzy 0-1 classifier built on 0-1 career was applied, which actually allowed describing 5 values of the linguistic variable. Okay, so on this slide, I would like to present you actually the standard 5-level fuzzy 0-1 classifier. And this classifier is built to trapezoidal membership functions. So the information-based, information base was a sociological survey as part of the project. So the project was information asymmetry in the interaction of local self-government bodies and actually residents of rural areas, and also analysis of the causes of occurrence and ways to overcome it, which was actually implemented with the financial support by Konrad Adenauer Foundation, Germany, 2021-2022. So the survey conducts by using the questionnaire method among residents of rural areas in 8 territorial communities in the southern, central, and of course western regions of Ukraine. Actually, the thing that I would like to mention that the error of representatives is actually plus minus 5.2%, and actually the final sample was 3 1,018 people. So residents here also, I have to tell that residents over 14 years old. So the next slide present us the results of survey of residents regarding to the level of their information by local self-government bodies. So to recognize the level of informing residents of territorial communities by local self-government bodies, we will use actually the same standard 5-level fuzzy 0-1 classifier. So to describe subsets of the value of the linguistic variable, so information level of resident, we will use actually a system of 5 trapezoidal membership functions. So the rule of recognition, the parameter, and actually our parameter is the level of informing resident. So this parameter based on the value of generalization indicator G, which was present actually on the previous slide, and also calculated according to the formula, and the formula is presented on the next slide, on the 7th one. So since the calculated value of the generalizing indicators G, so here we can see that it is equal 0.559, falls in the range of 0.55. So that means that it is less than 0. So here, 0.65. So then the level of informing residents is actually 91%, average. So this is a great result, and actually it is 9% high, so on the next slide, we would like to present the result of survey of residents who live in the administrative center of the community, or actually settlement, and actually not administrative center. So since the calculation value of the generalizing indicator GA, so it is equal 0.65 false in the range of 0.65, actually is less than 0.75, So then the level of informing residents living in the administrative center of the community is actually 100% higher, So the value of GNA, it is equal 0.54, falls in the range of 0.55, is less than 0.50, for actually 0.45 is less than 0.55. So therefore, the level of informing residents who live in the settlement and not the administrative center of community is actually 100% average, so on the next slide, we presented ways of informing residents about the activity of territorial community authorities, which are most often used by the local self-government body, which residents consider the most convenient, So therefore, the structure of the answers are quite close, which indicates that local self-government bodies use method of informing community residents about their activities, which are quite convenient for them later. So it means that local self-government bodies monitor the need of residents, and know their preferences and try to use exactly those communication channels that are convenient for them. Also, we have our result of our survey, yeah, and it is presented here in the conclusions. Actually, I mentioned them in my speech, yeah, but you can look through them also right here, yeah. And thank you very much for your attention. Once again, it was a great pleasure to be here today. If you will have any questions, so feel free to ask. Thanks once again.